Hello everyone. Today's video, you join me on the M1 somewhere. Today's video is about the show Opetaia Nyika. The weighed in this morning UK, so I reckon the boxing Wednesday UK time. I think it's on the zone. I always think I should check before they do the video, because if I get all the details wrong, I'll have to start again. But I'm confident it's Wednesday UK time on the zone. So yeah, we're gonna cover 4 fights on the card. As I'll actually watch it. I think Opetaia, I think he's up there. I think he's up there with the very best pound for pound. He's beat everybody very comfortably, bar Maurice Bradis. But Bradis, I think, gave Alexander Usyk his hardest fight of his career, of his pro career. I think Bradis gave him running closer than Fury, Joshua, Chisora. He's running closer than Gassiev. I think Bradis is probably the most underrated fighter of the last 10-20 years. I think Bradis is that good. Yeah, Opetaia beat him twice, and even though Bradis getting on a bit, it's still an unbelievable win. I think Opetaia is pound for pound. I think he's near the top 10. I think it's difficult in his division. The fella that beat Billum Smith, that's probably the fight he needs. And he probably needs to move up if he wants to be recognised as pound for pound, you know, up there with the Inoues and the Crawfords. His cruiserweight, is it a bit thin? Maybe. So all my notes are on that phone behind me, and so anyway, we'll go with what I've got to memory. Opetaia Nyika. So Opetaia was fighting a fella, what was he called? Sin Cara, which wasn't filling me with much joy. The Nyika fight is much more interesting. Nyika is an Olympic bronze medalist. I've watched him as a pro. I think I've watched him twice. And the first time I watched him was on a show in Saudi Arabia. And to be honest, I wasn't massively impressed with him. I didn't think, wow, that's a surefire future world champion. I thought, yeah, I could see why he was an Olympic medalist, but I wasn't sure he'd go on to do such great things as a pro. I've seen him again since, and he looked more impressive, but the level of competition he's faced, apart from the fella that he boxed over in Saudi, the American guy, has been probably substandard. The last fella he boxed weren't bad, but he's seen better days. So the jump from his last couple of fights to Opetaia, the jump is monumental, and I don't know. I know he's 29 years of age, and there'll be a hell of a lot of money involved, you know, and all in Australia, you know, New Zealand fight be huge, but I don't know if they really thought he was going to be a superstar, future undisputed cruiserweight champion. Would they have took up the Opetaia fight now? I think the answer is no, to be honest. I don't give him a chance at all. I can see Opetaia winning 2 or 3 rounds. And maybe I'm underestimating Nyika massively, because he can box. He's big and he's tall, and he's a very good boxer. And his record states he's a puncher. I'm not sure he's a big puncher from watching him. I've never sparred him, so I couldn't comment fully. But I'd be surprised if he's a big puncher at the top level. Watching him go and chin Opetaia now, but I just think Opetaia's pound for pound, and you can't say mismatch against an Olympic medalist, but I just don't think the match, but I just don't think it's the right time for Nyika to have stepped up, never mind with the best cruiserweight in the world. So I'm going to go Opetaia inside 3. I haven't looked at the odds on this fight, or if there is odds. I presume there is odds on the main event, probably not the undercard, but I'm going to go Opetaia inside 3, but I'm looking forward to it because I enjoy Opetaia's fights. Opetaia's had a bit of a weird career, you know, he's feasted on, you know, some British title level fighters, massively arguably better than that. And then he's boxed Bradis, you know, so he's for me, he's still got a bit to prove as well, but the Bradis wins are top tier. So that's the main event. Justice Huni's on the undercard. I've seen talks about Huni boxing Opetaia possibly. I was close to fighting. Remember when I was going to fight that fella from Australia? It was close. Me and Huni nearly happened a couple of years ago. We got. I would say it was relatively close to happening. I think it was before he signed with Matchroom, to be honest. But it never happened in the end. I remember watching him. I think he's 24 now, so I thought he was young, and you know he's beat Lorena again. Like the Lorena win's good. Lorena can fight. You know, he had the bar down a few times. So Lorena's good. But Lorena aside, Huni hasn't done a thing. Because I remember when I was going to box him, it was pre-Lorena, and I thought this fellow's good. Again, another top class amateur. But I thought he's not a proven pro yet. But the Lorena fight goes a long way to proving he's good. So tomorrow he's fighting a guy. I looked at him. I think he's it doesn't look for good reading his record really. When you look at his boxing, it looks a bit of a mismatch is such a difficult term to use again, but it looks like a knockover job for Huni before something bigger. Whether that'll be a timer or not, I'm not so sure. Nobody wants to box a timer because nobody wants to get beat by a 20-year-old kid. So, well, Huni for me, Huni is on the could be good, but I'm not sure yet. But I presume he'll win tomorrow. Looks like a soft-ish match. Two other fights on the card. I want to talk about Terramoana Jr. I think that's his name. The Olympic silver medalist. He gave Jalovov. Boxed Jalovov I think twice. I think he definitely boxed with the Olympic final. I watched. It wasn't his pro debut. He turned pro. I think he had 4 or 5 fights. Went back amateur. Got the Olympic silver medal and then obviously resumed his pro career. I think he boxed in Monte Carlo the other week. He boxed a fella. I think he was a Ukrainian fella, maybe. He boxed him. I think he was 5-1, and you can tell really. You can tell within 5 or 10 seconds if someone can fight a little bit. And I thought the fella who was boxing could fight a little bit, but Terramoana went straight for him. He's very fluent. He's fluid and puts his punches together well. He's big. He looks strong, and I presume he's going to be a tough nut as well. So. Terramoana Jr. Yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on. Like he looks like he could be top notch. You know, not many give Jalovov a fight in the amateurs, so I'm looking forward to watching him. He looks like he's got a fella that can fight a bit again. And the other fight on the card is a female fight, 2 unbeaten fighters. And the reason why this pricked my interest was because one of the women is from Ireland. She's 4 wins, 3 stoppages. And she stopped 3 girls that just don't get stopped. 3 of them always boxed in the UK. I think one of them was called Angelica Olez, Bojana Libacheska. She stopped both of them 2, and another girl whose name has escaped me. So she must be very, very good. And she's boxing a girl who's 6-0 from Australia. So that will probably be worth a watch. I imagine there'll be the 4 televised fights on the zone. And if you're a boxing fan, it's definitely worth a watch if you can watch on a Wednesday morning. I will be watching it. Opetaia I think is top notch. Terramoana I think will be a world class heavyweight. Huni, I'm not so sure he will be a world class heavyweight, but he's definitely good and watchable. And the female fight, them 2 women can fight, so should be a good card.